And welcome back to the Nose Plays Total War Warhammer 2. We are going to be doing something a little bit different tonight. Not a lot different, just a little bit different. I'm pretty certain that my campaign with Karl Franz has met its match, has met its end. Things were not going well for us in the last video. I have not played any more of the campaign off camera, but I just have that feeling that things have gone too far south for us to really bother recovering. I definitely made a lot of mistakes, having been my first game back since picking the game up again. So it's probably been a year since I really played this game at all. So definitely a lot of rust and mistakes were made. We'll go about fixing some of those the second playthrough, but we're going to do so with a little bit different focus. As I was playing and as I've been watching other viewers and learning more about the Empire, one of the things that constantly comes up is quickly rushing Altdorf to tier 5. And I started to think to myself, how quickly can we get Altdorf to tier 5? So I'm officially making a challenge out there to any and all viewers who are interested in such things. I want to know, what is the fastest turn that you were able to get Altdorf to tier 5? And I'm going to be tracking that. We're going to just take an initial stab at it, doing all of the obvious things, and not really trying to break the game in any particular way, but being diligent to really parse out all of the little things that might benefit us on our way towards that end. And then we'll see if we make a second or third attempt at trying to beat whatever score we end up with. So that's where we're at. We're going to start a new campaign of Mortal Empires. And I am going to be using Karl Franz, although I suppose you could also use
Chosen
Volkmar.
of Sigmar.
He doesn't have anything that particularly benefits his ability to get there, so I don't see any reason to start with him. Reichsguard. Yeah. So we'll start with Karl Franz just because I'm most familiar with him and his gameplay, and I'll have the best chance of actually pulling this off. We didn't quite get there in the last game. Although that game was heading for disaster due to a number of mistakes that I made. But I think we only managed to get Altdorf to tier 4, and we were pretty close to turn 50, if not beyond, at that point. So I guess my goal is to try and do it before turn 50, and we'll see if we can't do it faster than that. But we'll find out just how quickly you can, if you do nothing but try to rush Reichland's capital to tier 5, how fast you can realistically get there. And we will be playing suboptimally in many ways to do so, because the objective of getting to a tier 5 Altdorf is not always in line with the objective of winning the game or doing the game the way the game's meant to be played. So we'll see how many times those things tend to contradict one another, and I'll try to point them out. But every action is basically going to be weighed on whether or not I feel we are moving closer to tier 5 Altdorf or further away from it. Any suggestions would be welcome. So if you happen to join the stream or follow up by watching the video after the fact, feel free to leave comments. I do read all the comments and often respond to many of them. We will be taking some of those recommendations into consideration, if not in this playthrough, in the next one, because this is going to be an ongoing series, hopefully, assuming that I enjoy it and also that other people are interested in watching me struggle through this as I learn how to play this game better. But just figuring out what things you need to do in order to have a better um, starting capital. And maybe that's not always in our best interest, but it seems to be a common thing. A common theme among other players is getting your settlements to tier 5 is critical towards your long-term success. So, um, a number of things immediately come to mind when thinking about how we're going to get Altdorf to tier 5. Um, First and foremost, obviously, growth is of a huge consideration, and we're going to need a significant amount of growth in order to do that. One of the things that I did in my last playthrough that I have gotten some mixed feedback on from watching other players and reading forums is I basically left all of these settlements at tier 2 instead of upgrading them to tier 3 um, and then upgrading this to tier 4. So we got to tier 4 here while these were all still tier 2. I'm not sure that that's the fastest way to get to tier 5, and in fact, I'm very likely going to deviate from that playstyle this playthrough. So what we're probably going to do is rush this to 3, then rush all of these to 3, then rush to 4 and 5. I think that's going to provide us the best opportunity to actually get to 5 the fastest. And there's several reasons for that, but we'll talk about those more as we get into the game. Another thing that's going to be really critical to our success is the recruitment of particular lords and heroes. There are a number of lords and heroes that can speed up the process of growth, as well as income and public order and all those other fun things. And then technology. And specifically, a handful of technologies that will definitely help us. So this technology provides growth and public order right off the bat. It's pretty critical and will definitely help speed up the process for us. Gold is going to be of some importance because we're going to have to amass a large amount of gold in order to buy all of these structures that we need. Income from trade just helps with that. This Clergy of Sigmar is one that I'm interested in because it increases the rank for warrior priests and witch hunters, both of which have some abilities that might benefit us in speeding up this process, priests in particular. And so if we can get them at a higher level right from the get-go when we recruit them, we can take advantage of those points a little more quickly. The other abilities that are going to benefit us are over here. And income from industry is interesting. Research rate might come into play. Construction cost for buildings. A reduction to construction cost for buildings is somewhat important. It will just make it a little bit easier for us to have the gold to do what we need to do. Income from iron mines and gold mines only matters if we get those, but another minus 25% construction time on all buildings. So that's 35% construction, this is cost, and this is time. So 25% time, we build it faster. This is really only important on the turn we're able to build Altdorf, because we can shave turns off the construction. And then I guess shaving turns off of the construction of the other buildings that help improve our rate at getting to Altdorf might matter, but that's pretty deep in a chain of things that I'm not sure we're going to get to. I don't think any of these other ones, at first glance, really benefit us. Yeah. So those are the big ones. So, I think right off the bat, we're going to start with this one. And we'll see what we end up getting after that. But getting that 10 extra population growth a turn is going to be helpful. I think we're going to definitely go ahead and start this. It's going to unlock more slots for us to build buildings, which is important.
Summon the Elector Counts.
Deal with his army in a second. I was watching Legend of Total War play earlier today, and he mentioned that Karl Franz has the ability to attack Grunberg on turn 1. And I'm just curious how that works. So I'm assuming he attacks this character and then force marches to get to Grunberg? Because he can't quite make it there, it looks like to me. He's just outside of Grunberg, which is why I've often stayed right on the border, went ahead and recruited. Getting Grunberg on turn 1 might be an important first step towards accelerating our ability to get to Altdorf. So I'm contemplating whether we should attempt that. I think we should if it makes sense to do so. We're not going to have access to any of this stuff yet. 15 turns away from that. And I can't recruit anything. I'm also going to dramatically change my recruitment style for my armies. I've been using far too many missile units, mostly because high-level players use a lot of missile units, and I'm just not good enough to pull that off. So we're going to try a different strategy that I have had more success with in the past.
Bring me to my men.
At least in the early game. Is there anything else I want to do on turn 1 before we fight this battle? I suppose diplomacy is somewhat important. We actually have a number of factions that are happy with us right now. And that we have non-aggression pacts with. Alright, let's start.
You will drink with us.
Start with Kislev.
Then we will see who still stands. He will name the terms, yes?
They don't really want military access with us, but they're very happy to trade with us. Which seems odd to me, but I'll go ahead and accept that.
Thou darest.
Sylvania.
The danger thou art in, mortal. Mine patience wears thin for thy parley.
We could usually get some money out of them at the very beginning of the game because they just start with high approval of us for some reason.
Insolence.
See if we can get 300.
Agreed.
Okay.
Kislev.
See if Kislev will give us any
My
money.
glacial majesty Katarina bids you welcome to Kislev.
Low. Low. Low.
Kislev.
Okay, so they're not interested in that.
Ready?
Will the dwarves
Ask
give
your
us a
favor,
gift?
and I will check with the Demas Kron that you are worthy.
Nope.
Not by me.
Moderate chance.
No way.
Nope. Alright, so that's going to be all the people that will probably give us gifts. Surprising that Sylvania would give us a gift, but Kislev would not. Maybe it has to do with they have more money in the bank. Alright. Do any of these
Sigmar's will.
factions
The Empire.
start at war with one another? So Nordland has a alliance with Midland.
Yes? What? So,
Hochland,
Yes.
Haverland,
who calls?
Midland,
Onward.
Yes?
Sterling,
The Empire.
Wissenland,
Yes.
Golden
Alright.
Order, Marienburg. Okay, so Marienburg is at war with Bretonia. Setting up alliances with Bretonia is going to make them upset. So we
Approach
don't want
and
to
make
do
your
that.
offer, but I make no promises to my assent. No, no,
Alright, we can
on it.
definitely get that. Alright, and then nobody else is... So all of these guys are not at war with each other, which is good. I don't want to offer them treaties with people they don't like. Or if I do
Sigmar's
so, I
will.
need to do it tactically.
Surely an agreement will
so
be
we'll just-
reached. Right.
See if we can't get... Here we go.
What?
Just
Surely
run
an
down
agreement
the
will
list
be
of these
reached.
guys.
I don't agree. So, greetings, my countrymen. You coming? Not in my name. Who calls?
Mr. Mark.
Greetings, my countrymen. You coming?
Never.
Yes.
Yes.
Hochland.
Approach and make your offer. I'll ignore that.
All right.
Haverland.
Surely an agreement will be reached. No, sir.
What?
Midland.
Approach and make your offer. But I make no... Very well.
They've accepted. Surprising that Midland accepts at the beginning when they're supposed to be one of the ones that's openly hostile towards you. It seems like Wissenland is really the most hostile towards you
The
most
Empire.
games.
Approach and make your offer. I refuse. So, greetings on behalf of the Empire. Fine.
And they accepted as well. Bizarre. Golden
So-
Order.
Time is gold. Let us not waste either in idle chatter. Right.
Alright, is there anybody else? Not at the moment.
Who calls? Greetings, my countrymen. You come in
Yeah,
peace on
they're
this
not-
fine Marktag?
Okay. We'll go ahead and jump out of there for now. Got that figured out. We've got that figured out. So now I think the only thing left to do for this first turn is to wipe out this army. And to do so as effectively as possible.
Not likely.
I am Prince and Emperor. Men, I will fight with you.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this done then. How in the world they're showing this as a close victory, I don't really understand. So let's look at our matchups and let's be a little bit more careful how we choose our matchups. Their lord is armored and shielded. That means that the best units for engaging him are going to be Karl Franz, the halberds, and our handgunners. So if we set those three units on their lord, he should go down very quickly at the beginning of the battle. As far as the swordsmen and the spearmen and the crossbowmen go, We definitely have the cavalry to take care of the crossbowmen and to rear charge those guys. But that only gives me 2 units to tie up 4, which is what makes this battle a little bit difficult. So we're going to have to plan that out carefully. But as long as we make sure that those matchups occur and we get the rear charge with our Reichsguard into the swordsmen, we should be able to win this battle pretty quickly. The crossbowmen are going to be most effective against the spearmen. Alright, so he's right up front, so that makes this pretty easy.
Halberdiers!
Halberd's right there.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Karlfron's right
Miss our
there.
troops!
Gunner's right there.
For Heldenhammer!
Okay.
Show us the foe!
Our swordsmen are going to have to be a little bit wider than normal. And we're going to bring them into these swordsmen and these swordsmen. So we'll be fighting 2 sets of swordsmen. Our spearmen are going to be on this side. They'll be a little bit wider as well. And they'll be fighting those spearmen.
Ready to fire!
I'm going to spread my crossbowmen out as wide as I can.
Spearmen! Reichsguard!
And we're actually going to move the Reichsguard over here. And they're going to try to charge in the rear of these guys. Okay, that looks pretty good to me.
Ready for war!
Let's move
To
him
me,
back.
men!
He could be right there, so...
The Empire endures!
Alright, we're going to start the battle. And we're going to just move them up. And they're going to walk forward. We'll charge at the very end. These guys are going to move that way. Alright. And as we get a little closer, we will change up our tactics. So as soon as we get in crossbow range, we're going to want to switch to run. Alright, right about here. Okay, so this unit needs to run. This unit needs to target the Lord. This unit needs to target one of these spearmen. This unit can attack that. This unit can attack that. Karlfron's can attack him. And my halberds can also attack him. And actually, I want the halberds to move like that. And I want all these units to start running. And let's see what happens. Let's put a nice charge into those guys.
Moving! Move out! Get them!
go.
Ready? Yes, General.
Get in there, boys.
Sigmar commands. Ready for war. Move out. Detachments, move. Moving now. By Sigmar's will. No lingering. Reichsguard Knights.
Alright, get the knights charging into the back of these guys.
Yes.
Go ahead and pop Karl Franz's ability.
Reichsguard Knights.
That'll break that squad.
Our weapons are yours.
Get them shooting over there.
Seeking enemy. For the Heldenhammer.
Yeah, much better fight this time.
Crossbows ready, General. Handgunners. For Altdorf. Attack. Crossbowmen. Sigmar calls. Let us go. Prepare.
Alright, let's try to get as many of these guys dead as possible.
Yes, sir. We are Sigmar's heirs. Yes, my lord. Ready for war.
Run them down, boys. See if we can't kill a couple more of these units. I don't think we're going to get any more of them. He might catch them. Nah, that's probably it. Alright. So that should be a pretty solid victory for us. Karl Franz took the most damage, but everybody else did really well. We should be able to get most of that healed off with replenishment. Through captives. Which should put us in a pretty good position to maybe fight for Grunberg this turn. But we'll have to see. I may want to save the game before I attempt that. Yeah. So if I take on captives, I'll basically heal up my spearmen and my swordsmen. They lost 2 full units. And yeah, they didn't really do much of anything.
Sigmar compels us onward.
Alright, so
I am Prince and Emperor.
let's take a look at what we have the option of doing. So if I take Route Marcher, I should be able to get to Grunberg this turn, perhaps? Maybe that's what he's talking about? I'm definitely going to take Route Marcher no matter what, so...
Bring me to my men.
We have 20% of our campaign movement left.
I command here. By the comet.
Capture Grunberg. Okay.
Summon the Elector Counts.
So it looks like I can attack Grunberg right now.
Ulrich's will.
A close victory. Alright, we should fight this battle. This should not be too hard. The main thing we're going to have to do is match up our halberds and our swordsmen with their swordsmen. Get our ranged units shooting at their spearmen who do not have shields, and then this force we should be able to push off with very little problem. This map, if I'm not mistaken, is a bit problematic though. I think this one has like some very nasty hills that just make it complicated for us. Okay, well this isn't as bad as I thought. Where are their reinforcements coming in? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think we should set up an ambush for their reinforcements. As soon as their reinforcements come on the field, we should be able to just push them right off. And then we can go run the other ones down at our leisure. So what I really want to do is set up my handgunners and crossbowmen right there. Let's get a nice line of halberds. Nice line of swordsmen.
State troops ready!
And a nice line of spearmen.
Halberdiers!
We'll put them in the middle,
We are Sigmar's heirs!
and then these guys on either side.
The Empire endures! Reichsguard Knights!
And then my Reichsguard. I don't think I can hide these guys. Nope. So it might not make sense to bother much, but we'll just put them up there and see if we can't loop them right into this. Let's wait a second and see what units are here, which... Okay, good. So there are some spears right here that we're going to have to watch out for. I'm going to go ahead and move him into the trees.
Moving now! For Altdorf! Reichsguard Knights! Reichsguard! For Heldenhammer! Attack them, men!
Let's get those guys out of the way.
Reichsguard Knights!
That's probably good. Charge them in there. Charge them in there. Franz doesn't even need to be part of this. I'd get them going around that way.
Reichsguard Knights!
Break those guys pretty quickly.
Awaiting orders! Reichsguard Knights! We are ready! We obey! Cavalry ready!
Alright, let's see. Where are their forces at? Yeah, they haven't even shown themselves yet, so... Let's turn off fire at will. Those guys are all gone. And let's go ahead and set up over here with missiles in front. Give one more charge on this group. That'll take care of him.
Reichsguard Knights!
Okay, here they come.
Call France!
Let's see. Let's unlock this group. Let's get our ranged units set up right there. And let's get these units set up right behind them. And then let's get these units walking into the trees. That should be good.
Reichsguard Knights! Ready! Moving! Reichsguard! Halberdiers! Now! Sir! Get them! Let us go! We are Sigmar's heirs! No lingering! By Ulrich's wrath!
Where's my pistols at?
Handgunners!
Reichsguard Knights! At speed! Seeking and taking that position! Prepare for combat!
Ready for war!
Detachments move! Moving out, sir!
For Heldenhammer!
Alright, let's pop Franz's ability.
Crossbows ready, General! Sigmar guides us! Fire at will!
Handgunners! Moving out, sir! Fire at will! Prepare for combat!
Alright, they're breaking left and right.
Missiles at the ready! Ah!
And that's the victory. Much better. Excuse me. Yeah, we're not hardly taking any losses. We're doing really well. This is going much better than our last campaign. Already. One other thing to keep in mind, I am playing on normal difficulty for both battles and campaign map at this point in time. If you want to flex on me and show me how to do the Altdorf challenge at higher difficulty levels, that's fine. I'm going to stick to normal until I have like a baseline for what's possible, and then we'll see if I can do better or even match the baseline at some point in the future. Rank gained. Very nice, very nice. We are going to occupy. I don't think there's any reason to loot. And we definitely don't want to sack. We've killed that guy, so that's good. Made some money, got some Imperial authority. We now have the Battle of Bloodwood Pines. We could let's see. If I were to come out of the capital, we could do the Battle of Bloodwood Pine this
Bring
turn.
me to my men.
But we're pretty beat up, and I don't think that would be wise. So, what we're going to do instead is recruit some more units. And stay in Altdorf to get the most healing that we can. I'm going to focus on doing better with my foot soldiers. So what we really need is more foot soldiers. I don't need more missiles. I barely use my missiles effectively as it is. We're not going to get many more than these 2 units, and probably none of these little frickers. Decent melee combat, vanguard deployment, fire whilst moving. They don't seem to be very effective. They never seem to pull their weight. They cost more than every other tier 1 unit in upkeep, but I'm just not getting a lot of value out of them. And that is almost certainly on me. It's my inability to use them effectively. But I'm going to try using things that I know how to use. So I really have a good sense of understanding with swordsmen and with spearmen. So we're going to focus on grabbing just swordsmen and spearmen. And right now, I'm really interested in minimizing my upkeep costs. And because at the early set of the game, there just aren't that many units that have ranged damage at the very early game, spearmen are just fine. So we're just going to grab 3 spearmen. We're going to go with the spearman doom stack, as if spearmen are ever a doom stack. But I just seem to be able to get more positive effect out of spearmen than I do. Spearmen are largely a holding unit. They don't really do a lot of damage, but they can break leadership if you use them properly. And that's how I've done it in the past. Let's take a look at Carl. And actually, I'm going to probably grab Leader of Renown. I want to minimize the cost so we can save as much money as possible. And so we're going to be saving every dollar we can, which means I'm going to undo those and then repurchase them at slightly cheaper prices. Ever so slightly cheaper. Okay. What else do we have? Anything else to be done at the end of turn 1? Actually,
Yes.
not really, because we don't have this unlocked yet. But we're going to try to rush this building because it's very effective at growth. Starts at plus 30, goes up to 40, goes up to 50. Each one of these is only 10 more growth, though. So maybe it's not worth rushing. It's probably worth getting the smaller buildings that give the same amount of growth first, and only getting those ones when it's the only one available. Because that's 1,000 gold for 10 growth. This building isn't very effective beyond the tier 1, actually. Unless you're also benefiting from the casualty replenishment rate and the recruitment cost of pistoliers and outriders, which we don't have yet. So we'll see what we can do with that. Another thing that I'm very interested in getting early on are walls for all of our settlements. That's going to be really important to me to get early, just so that we can ensure we don't lose any settlements and have to rebuild them, which can really set us back.
The Empire.
Alright, nothing else this turn, so we'll go ahead and end the turn. Establish a trade agreement with Nordland. Okay. That's going to be worth doing a little diplomacy with Nordland.
I will listen, but my time is short. I'll ignore
They're
that.
going to reject that, but we can actually offer them a small payment. I'm probably going to do this at the end of my turn. The size of your gift is based on the size of your bank account, and so if your bank account is quite large, the gift will be bigger. But if we spend a bunch of money this turn, which we might, before we try this, it'll be smaller. I don't know if the size of the gift increases. I mean, I'm sure it does in some fashion, but I don't know what the breakpoints are.
Who calls?
We are going to go through the Empire one more time and just see if we can get
I will listen, but my time is. I will
any non-aggression packs today that we couldn't get yesterday.
Approach and make your offer. Not likely. The Empire. Surely an agreement will be reached. I will.
All right, got one. That's good.
All right.
Everland.
I will listen, but my time is short.
They would like us to pay 200.
Sigmar's
I'll accept.
will.
So,
Midland's
welcome,
not
my
going to
countrymen.
offer a trade agreement anytime soon.
Sigmar's will. It is good to
Marienburg
see, fellows.
is also not going to offer that.
Yes?
Sterling.
greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now, what brings you here with us?
No, no.
Okay, they're not ready for that
What?
yet.
Yes.
Yes?
All right. Welcome, my countrymen.
Okay, that's all we're going to get done
Who
this
calls?
turn.
Greetings, my countrymen.
Absolutely not.
So,
If
I will
we...
listen, but my time is short. A weak order.
Nope. Is there anybody else that was refusing to... Yeah, a couple of them.
The Empire.
Um,
I will listen, but my time is short.
what if we add a small payment? No, not them. What if we offer 300?
We cannot.
Okay. What if we offered more than 300? Whoa! That's a lot of money. I would rather just offer them a payment.
Yes.
They'll accept that.
I refuse.
They won't accept this. This will go up a little faster now that they've received a payment, though. And then other factions that I really want to like us quickly.
Yes.
I want to get
Welcome, my countrymen.
payments made out to several factions. Not too many factions, but several. So I think we want Toddy for sure, because he's so close to us. So we'll offer him a small gift.
Indeed.
And then... Marienburg is the other one I wanted to offer.
Sigmar's will. Welcome, my countrymen.
Wow! A small gift is 955 to them? Maybe this number is based on their economic ability. Alright, I might hold off on that for now.
So,
Alright, so we can get almost to Uberstrike. Where I can then recruit some more men. If I wanted to get... Yeah, it's going to take 1, 2, 3 turns to get to Isleheart. But it'll only take 1 turn to get to Uberstrike. Well, 2.
Ready.
So we'll get to here. And grab 3 more spearmen. We will grab some more ranged units, but not till I have the spearmen that I'm going to be much more effective at using. Alright, we don't have the ability to build anything this turn. So this turn might be over. Yeah, there is like, if you take Grunberg on turn 1, there's almost nothing you can do on turn 2. Your army's not strong enough to attack Null, because they have walls and a fairly large garrison. Maybe not that large of a garrison, actually. You theoretically could take Kemperbad if you wanted to piss off Talabakland. I have no idea whether taking Kemperbad, Nuln, or Flensburg, which are the only things within walking distance. I don't even know if that is, because of the forest. At the loss of not getting your own territory secured makes any sense at all. The one thing that we can do this turn, however...
Summon the Elector Counts!
I can't do it while I have to do it here. We can actually do the Bloodwood Pine battle, so this is actually a perfect opportunity for us to get that mission complete. Now, am I going to regret not taking at least 1 archer on turn 1? That is a possibility. It might be better to take 2 spearmen and an archer on turn 1 so that you can fight Bloodwood Pine with at least 3 ranged units. Whatever makes this battle easier is going to be ideal for whatever you pick up on turn 1. So there's already one spot where I could potentially make some better choices. We'll see if this matters, though. Alright, this will also add us a battle wizard, which will be great for when we fight these guys. Alright, they're showing valiant defeats. Number-wise, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of infantry, 2 units of missiles, and 1 cavalry. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of infantry, 1 unit of missiles, and 3 of these which will be dead very, very quickly. There is a retinue of reinforcements that comes in, but I'm not too worried about that. The main thing that I have to do is we have to tie up their units with our spearmen. use our cavalry to take out that. And again, the only character that's of any real threat is this one. As long as our halberds and our handgunners attack him, we should be in good shape. Karl Franz can be involved in that as well. Okay. I'm gonna skip the cinematic.
Come, men. It seems Todbringer sends his midden wolves across the Reich to test our mettle.
Alright, so how do we want to address this? Alright, there's a bit of a hill here.
Standing by.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the range of your missile units does increase or impede their accuracy, as will obstacles that are in front of them. So I can't really walk around this. Basically have full view of it, but I can target him with select fire. I want to be at the top of this hill. I don't think that this counts as... Oh, there's trees there, though. Alright, I didn't see those trees, so I don't know if those trees have any kind of effect on our accuracy. I'm gonna say no. Alright, these units can be up here as well. Can shoot down at the spearmen, which will be pretty effective. We will set
Spearmen!
one unit of spearmen on this side to charge in there, and I'm mainly going to have them charging this direction. The cavalry are going to charge these guys. Let's get this camera spun around here. So I'm going to have the cavalry smashing into these units as quickly as possible.
Show us the foe!
We're going to have the halberds up here so that they can attack the Lord. We're going to have Karl Franz with them. Oh, whoops, those are not halberds. What are those? Oh, those are just our regular spearmen. Well, let's just have them over here.
Soldiers of the Empire!
Halberds charging there.
Swordsman!
Where are our swordsmen going to be most effective? have some swordsmen there.
Standing by.
Some spearmen there. What do we got left?
Spearmen.
Is that it? Alright, we'll put them on this side. Alright. Start the battle. Pause the game. Let's get everybody targeting the appropriate units. Alright, let's go.
I will not stand.
Charge!
For the Warhammer.
Go ahead and pop his ability right away.
Handgunners. For the Comet. Ready. For Heldenhammer. Charge. Missiles at the ready. Quickly.
Oh, not you.
Swordsman.
Just you.
For the Heldenhammer. Sigmar.
Charge in there.
Soldiers of the Empire.
Let's go move those guys over there.
Great Dark Knight. Get them. Seeking enemy. Handgunners.
Why are you moving so slow?
Go. Get them. Call France. Roar.
Get over there, Carl.
Sigmar command. For Heldenhammer.
Keep an eye out. Yeah, secessionists are about to join the fray.
By Sigmar's will. By Gal Maraz. Sigmar guides us. Spearmen. Sigmar guides us. Swordsman. Move out. Fight for friends. Take the ground. No. For the Warhammer.
Where are these units at? Let's get them onto those.
General! By Gal Maraz.
these guys and come back.
Sigmar
Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. What are you doing?
Taking position! At speed! No lingering! Formation march! Quick march! The tanks take the ground!
Get in there. There we go.
At your service! Now! For France! Reichsguard! Moving now! At speed! In the name of the twin-tailed comet! We are Sigmar's heirs! Handgunners! Prepare for combat!
Where's Franz at?
For Altdorf! Handgunners! We are Sigmar's heirs! We are Sigmar's heirs! Formation march! Spearmen! Reichsguard knights! Moving! Sigmar! Spearmen! Moving! Sigmar calls!
Alright. We should have this wrapped up.
Swordsman! Show us the foe! March as one! Spearmen! For Heldenhammer! Let's go at speed! Obey! Ready for war! Halberdiers! Attack! For France! Prepare for combat! Battle and blood await! Ranged weapons ready! Missiles at the ready!
Yeah, they're done. Good job, guys. We took a lot of casualties. That unit needs to get out of there.
My subjects talk! At speed!
Alright, there we go.
Strike them down!
That's the end of that battle. What do we get? There's also a small chance that we could steal one of these, but I don't know if we were able to. It doesn't look like we were. I was unaware that that was a thing until recently watching a YouTuber pull it off. Okay, well, we definitely took some damage, but we can heal some of that off.
Pick up the pace.
Alright. Fire Wizard? Nice. Fire Wizard. Oh, wait, this is a bright? Yeah, that's a Fire Wizard, right? Yes, Fireball. Okay, so Fire Wizard is one of the better wizards for sure. Probably. Let's see. What else do we know about him? Disciplined. Not great. But a Fire Wizard nonetheless. He should be able to do great things once we get him leveled up a little bit. Unfortunately, he doesn't even have any points to spend yet. 0 points. That kind of sucks. That means we got to win another battle with him. But he should be able to join the army, so go ahead and add him to Karl Franz's army.
Bring me to my men.
And then Karl Franz now has another point. I think we are going to go ahead and get this rushed as quickly as possible to minimize the cost of recruiting. Now, the question is...
Is it time?
do I merge any of these units together? And I think the answer is yes. So if I take this unit and we merge them together, that puts them at almost 82, almost 90. So that's almost a full unit now. And then we only have a couple of injured units. Alright, so now we're going to hire some more spearmen. But I think I am going to pick up at least one more ranged unit. This shouldn't be too difficult. Alright.
I command here.
Is there anything else I need to do this turn? Can't build anything there, can't build anything there. I've got plenty of money, so maybe we do go ahead and give some gifts to somebody. Does it show? Yeah, gift. Okay, so that's been given. We could give some gifts to a few other players to sort of speed up the progress here.
Kislev, the Tsarina empowers me to offer you warm.
Alright, there's nothing there for us. We've already got the trade agreement with them anyway.
The Empire.
I will listen, but my time is short.
No, sir.
Nordland's not ready for that. Osterland?
So, approach and make your offer, but I make no promises to my assent.
No.
Nope.
No.
Alright, if we just give them a payment, it's going to be 500. They do have a potential trade route, but it's not very lucrative, I don't think. Yeah, it'd take 10 turns to get our money back with that kind of a trade route. Alright, I'm going to take a second to think about it and step away from the computer for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, upon thinking about it,
Sigmar's will.
I'm pretty certain that I want Marienburg to become powerful. I would rather have good relations with Marienburg than Bretonnia, to be perfectly honest.
Welcome, my countrymen.
So, we are going to offer them this very large small payment. And
Sigmar's will.
see if we can't improve relations with them significantly in the early game. That is all I'm going to do at the moment, though. I still have 5,000 gold to spend. I'm not going to spend any more of it this turn.
Summon the Elector Count.
Am I? Is it worth giving gifts to everybody?
Who calls?
Like, what would
Greetings, my
Ostermark do
countrymen. You come in peace on this fine Marktag?
if I offered them a small payment?
I refuse.
Yeah, they don't like that. If I just offer them a payment, it's 300. I'll do that. That's pretty cheap.
Agreed.
Who else? So Ostermark, Hochland. We already have an agreement with. We're already neutral with them.
What?
Middenland I've already given a gift to. Marienburg I've already given a gift to.
Yes?
Stirland I'm not given a gift to.
Surely an agreement will be reached. For are we not all sons of Sigmar?
Yep, I can do that.
Indeed.
Okay.
So-
Wissenland. They condemn gifts to Sterling. They have a
Welcome, my
potential.
countrymen.
They have a potential trade route. They want 400. I'll accept that. That's
Very
a
well.
little bit pricier than I want, but
All right,
Talbot clan.
come then. Only Sigmar's god Ulrich can judge it worthy or no.
I don't think I've made a payment with them yet.
Yes,
Okay, so we're gonna spend a lot of money in the early game trying to get these guys to like us quickly. Let's see if that has any effect on
The
our long term.
Empire. The Empire's unity is the surest shield against our enemies.
600's pricey. We have the money to do it for everybody. So let's go and do it.
Agreed.
This may not be the best use of our money. So who have we not given gifts to? Austin?
The Empire. Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what brings you here with a sheathed blade?
Nope, I gave gift to them already. Right? Gifts given to Ostermark. Okay, they like Ostermark. Okay. So we definitely want to offer these guys a payment.
Yes. What?
Okay, they've got the plus 10.
Who calls?
Hochland does not have one yet.
Welcome, my countrymen. Fine.
yes,
Averlin does not have one yet.
Yes.
Yeah, they have it now.
by Sigmar's will, come in peace.
Some of
Very
these are
well.
kind of pricey.
The Empire.
Midland has the 10 for gifts.
All right,
Marienburg has the 10 for gifts.
So,
Sterling has the 10 for gifts.
who calls?
Wissenland has the 10 for gifts.
By
Golden
the
Order
comet.
has the 10 for gifts. Everybody has gifts. Everybody's been given. Let's
Champion of the
ask.
Lady. Welcome. How fares the Emperor in these dark times?
Let's ask him for payments. He's not likely to give us that kind of money. Would he be likely to give us any kind of money?
No.
Nope. Alright, none of the dwarves are going to give us money. Kislev,
Kislev. My
Kislev.
glacial majesty
they
Katarina
weren't interested last
bids
time.
you welcome
Yeah,
to
they're
Kislev.
not interested in giving us money.
Thou dare.
Vampire
Thus Franz
counts.
not dare to come before me and kneel. A coward.
They've already given a gift once, so they're not going to do it again. Alright, this is probably good for now. So what did that do to our bank account? Oof, that hurt a lot. Let's hope that that pays off in the long run. Getting that early might benefit us. We'll see. We've almost got 1,000 prestige, which is nice. We definitely need to get 2,000 before we start spending any of it. Is there anything else I want to do this turn? I think we're good. I did want to look at this real quick. What did we get here? Recruitment rank for infantry, +1. Not bad. And then we have the Dragon's Tooth. This might have been the one we picked up from the Bloodwood Pine. Either way, pretty good. Alright, let's end the turn and finish off these secessionists in the next couple of turns. Well, I think money's going to be easier to come by than prestige right now. I really want 2,000 prestige before we start spending any. So this is going to be a turn where we don't have a lot of money to spend.
I am Prince and Emperor. Fight for our nation.
Alright. What are our chances against this army? They have very little in the way of ranged units. They have one armored unit that we can use our armored units to bring down. The wizard isn't going to have any spells this turn, so this kind of sucks. And they outnumber us by a fair amount. Pyrrhic Victory. Pyrrhic Victory, battle result. We have a lot of units that our cavalry are moderately effective against. Cavalry are pretty good against infantry that don't have spears. They're also really good against both of these units. Although this unit might be fast enough to outpace us. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and fight this battle, but this will be tricky for me. I'm not super good at the battles, as we well know from the last time you guys watched. The fact that our halberds are at half strength is a little bit worrisome as well. He has no spells.
To me, man!
So this is pointless. Alright, well, let's figure out how we're going to deploy this. I'm guessing we're just going to walk this way? The problem is, they're going to be set up over there. And we don't even know where their reinforcements are coming in right now. My guess is it's back here, but I don't see the marker for it. Alright, well...
Ready for war!
Halberdiers! Swordsmen! Missile troops!
let's just walk down this road.
Halberdiers! Swordsmen! Ready for war!
I will not stand idle!
Reichsguard Knights!
Alright, let's just move all of these units this direction at walking speed. And I specifically want to move them into the trees. Kind of see them. Okay. Well, shoot. Yeah, we need to set our lines up a little bit better. He's way in the back. That's kind of unfortunate. Alright, let's take these 3 units and get them set up. What's that? Let's get them set up right there. Let's get these units. Ugh, that's just not at all what I want. Alright, well, we're gonna have to organize these guys. Okay. Let's reorganize those guys, like, right there. Let's reorganize those guys, like, right there. And let's get these guys moving out that way. This does not look good for us. They're way too clumped up.
No lingering!
Quickly, Ben.
Sigmar calls!
You can charge in those guys, no problem.
Moving
Get
out!
out.
Quick march! To battle! Take the ground! Yes, sir! Quickly! Sigmar
out. Alright, we've got some spearmen over here on our flank that I'm gonna have to deal with. Probably gonna have to send those guys over there to deal with it. I could send my halberds over there. Yeah, let's send them over there. We need to start moving these guys up. Get them shooting over here. Alright.
What? Moving out!
Get them! The Empire ensures! Crossbowman by Galmaraz! Seeking enemy!
Kindle flame! Attack!
Seeking enemy! Heading out!
Ready?
Up your ability,
Very
Franz.
well!
Where are my knights?
Reichsguard Knights! Go! Quick march! Take the ground! Heading out! At speed! Whoa! Sinking enemy! Go! Prepare for combat!
Ulrich's wrath on them! Come on!
Spearman! Get them! Heading out! Get them! Let's go! For France! For the Heldenhammer! Rah! Now! Yes, my lord! March in formation! March! Charge! Moving now! No lingering! By Galmaraz! To battle! Prepare for combat!
Shit. I'm getting stuck.
In the name of the twin-tailed comet! Yes, sir! Quickly!
Charge into the back of these guys.
For France! Taking position! Quick march! Attack! Halberdiers! Attack! At speed! Weapons at the ready! Reichsguard Knights! Whoa! Charge!
There.
Call France! Spearmen! Yes, General?
There.
Reichsguard! Rah! Get them! We obey! For the Emperor! Yes, General! Sir, ready!
Come on, guys, get in there.
Sigmar! Now!
Break their leadership.
For France! Get them!
The Empire endures!
Sigmar, preserve us! For the Emperor!
Go.
Yes! subjects call! This is my command! For Heldenhammer!
I need you guys
Take the ground!
get out.
Moving now! Moving! For the Warhammer!
I'm not running very fast.
By Ulrich's wrath! For Heldenhammer! Strike them down!
For Altdorf!
Over there, Franz.
No lingering!
Moving out! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Alright, I think we've got this. It's not going to be without some injuries, but
Now! Formation, march! Reichsguard Knights! Sigmar
why are
guides
these
us!
guys so tired?
Prepare for combat!
Charge in there. Break them. Get them out of here.
For the Empire!
Prepare for combat!
For Heldenhammer!
For Heldenhammer! Formation, march!
Ready for war!
Fight for France!
Battle and blood await! Moving now!
Guys, get them out of here.
Attack!
Spearmen!
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Spot us the target!
To me, men!
For Heldenhammer! Yes, sir! Swordsman!
By Ulrich's wrath! To war! The Empire endures!
Go! Yes, sir!
I will not stand idle!
Go one more time.
My rule is
Ooh.
absolute!
That should do it.
Reichsguard Knights! Attack! We serve
There we go. Victory. That was costly, but we did it. Whew, I feel pretty good about that. We were outnumbered. But this should wipe out pretty much all of their armies. We're going to be very hurt. But we could recover pretty quickly. Because we'll be in a settlement once we occupy it. So we'll get some recovery from that. All in all, not too bad. .64 enemy captured. More experience gained. Occupy that settlement. And on turn 3, we now have 3 of our 4 settlements.
Bring me to my men!
We also have a redundant building. And we should probably get rid of one of them. It makes the most sense to get rid of this one. So we'll definitely do that. There's something to be said about getting rid of this one as well. But I'm not sure I'm ready to do that just yet. So we'll go ahead and demo that for now. Let's take a look at what we have here. So we have a Regal Arch Lector. Of all of the ones that we have available to us right off the bat, the only one that I like the look of is the Arch Lector. And the reason that I like this character is twofold. Number one, he's regal, which adds +4 public order, which is helpful. But also, he has an ability which can unlock an early priest, potentially. And so, I'm heavily debating picking him up and just leaving him in Altdorf with no army, strictly for the cause of public order and for the potential to get an early warrior priest, which I've done in the past. The question is, does it make sense to get him this early? It is going to increase the cost of our army by about 200 or more. But is that worth it for public order? Right now, public order is -8 everywhere. Well, it's -8 there. What is it over here? Public order is -8 here as well. This is only for one turn. Each additional Lord recruited will increase your total army upkeep by 2%. Your total army upkeep is estimated to increase by 266. This includes this number, I would imagine. The 66 has to be the 2%. I think he's worth grabbing. Because we could grab this. And then we'll go down this line and pick up some of these fervent iron disciplinarian. These things that lead to public order. And we'll basically just leave him here. We're not going to recruit any armies, but yeah, not available. Interestingly enough, and I don't know if this is a typical thing that happens, the last time I picked this character up early and I picked that ability, and it could be total coincidence, I got a warrior priest as a free recruit before I built the warrior priest building. I don't know if that's just something that happens by random chance that you sometimes get, or if it's directly related to the fact that we have this guy with the +1 warrior priest capacity. But I figured if it happens again after trying this a second time, that's probably what it's from.
Now.
Okay, so we are pretty injured. As far as I can tell, they don't have an army over here.
Yes.
We have no movement this turn. So we're not going to be able to send anybody over here to check. However, I do have this guy who can head that direction. Oh, but
Praise be to Sigmar.
does he not have any movement this turn? His movement is
I
at 0.
serve the Helden Hammer.
So the turn you recruit them, they start with 0 movement. Well, that's kind of lame. Okay, well, whatever.
Ready to serve. My journey begins. Protector of the weak.
Let's put him in Altdorf for now. Okay.
I am Prince and Emperor.
We need to do some recruitment, and I need to consider whether or not I want to combine any of these units. I think it makes sense to combine some of them. So I can combine the lowest two. Merge them together. I don't have any other units that I can merge together. Alright, I need to get some more swordsmen. Swordsmen are a little bit better than spearmen. So let's recruit 2 swordsmen and 1 more archer. How many archers does that put us at in total? 1, 2, 3, 4? That's probably the maximum number that I want. By the way, he didn't level up? I thought for sure he would have leveled up. He almost leveled up. I think we'll limit it to 4, and I'm not going to get any more. Alright.
The nation king.
Ah, leveled up now. Okay, so we've got our first spell, Fireball. Not a very good spell, but... Kindle Flame? Interesting. Constant, around self, affects enemies in range. Plus 20% weakness to fire. Flaming Sword of Rune. Burning Head is what we're going to want to grab. What are the other spells at? I think there were some other ones. Alright, well, either way, we're definitely picking up Fireball so we can actually use his spells. They did start recruiting an army,
I command here.
but it's not going to be enough. We should be able to take that this turn. Before we fight that, we should look at diplomacy and see if anybody has changed their opinions
Greetings on behalf of the Empire.
We cannot.
So, by Sigmar's will, come in.
Weak order.
The Empire. Greetings, my countrymen.
No, sir! What?
It is good to see fellow sons.
No. No!
All right,
Just keep
come
going.
then. Only we cannot.
Who calls?
It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
As you say, sir.
Sigmar's will. By Sigmar's will, come in peace.
We're not ready for that yet.
Yes? Approach and make your offer, that I make no
No.
The Empire. By
Should be getting
Sigmar's will,
close. Okay,
come
cool.
in peace.
We'll offer that with the trade
Very well.
agreement.
Yes. By Sigmar's will, come in peace.
Yes.
Indeed.
Very
Who
nice.
calls? The Empire's unity is as you say, sir.
Very, very nice. So there's only Stirland, Nordland,
So,
and Osterland.
I
We
will
need to get
listen,
this one done
but my
quickly.
time is short.
I'll have to see what else I can do. I've got to get this done quickly because they tend to lose their capital quite early in the game. The other thing I could do is spend a little bit of this. Let's see.
Welcome, my countrymen.
I refuse.
Okay. We'll see if we can't get them to secure a trade route so we can get that big bonus for our minor objective or whatever it was. Middleman. Diplomatic relations plus 25. Yeah, okay. I know about that. So the trade routes are doing okay.
The Empire. Men, I will
This should
fight with
be
you.
A non-difficult battle. Yeah, they have a single general with 5 units. We can fight this. We can auto-resolve this. If we auto-resolve this, we'll take some more damage than we really need to. So we're gonna fight it. Have a lot of ways to deal with the huntsman. Huntsmen are pretty dangerous. They're one of the more dangerous. Let's gamble. What do we get? Oh, well, that's better. Okay. Let's start deployment. And I don't have vision of their army at the moment. They have no ranged weapons other than their huntsmen. So we'll move our ranged units up front. We're gonna put our healthy swordsmen up front. Our healthy spearmen up front. put our healthier units up front.
Ready!
And then our weaker units, I'm gonna put on the flanks. And we'll try to get them to wrap around the back without engaging along with these guys. Alright, let's see what we have. So the huntsman is probably in the woods. Let's just go ahead and walk towards him until we find out where he's at.
At speed! Seeking enemy!
Does he have stock? That might be what's going on. He's shooting at us now, so it's time to get in there. Let's go ahead and get people matched up the way we want. Start with all of our ranged units. Shooting at... their ranged units.
Taking position! And gunners! Like scarred knights!
We're shooting yet?
Taking aim! Swordsman! State troops ready! March as one! Crossbowmen!
Call France! Battle and blood await!
At your service!
Where's my wizard?
For the Empire!
Swordsmen! Now! Sigmar holds! Halberdiers! No lingering! Charge! Conditions acceptable! Awaiting orders! Reichsguard Knights! We are Sigmar's heirs! The winds glow hot! Halberdiers! For the twin-tailed comet! We are Sigmar's heirs! For friends! War! Charge! To me, men! We are Sigmar's heirs! For the Warhammer!
Ready for war!
On way!
Detachments move!
Halberdiers!
He's done. Run them down. Some more experience. Should be the end of them. Did pretty good. Nobody took too much damage. We should be able to heal that off pretty quickly. At this point, I don't have any insight into anything I could have done significantly better other than maybe perform better in battles. That might be leading me to a faster tier 5. Oh,
True servant of Sigmar.
let's
Summon the Elector Counts!
grab leader burnout and burning head. Alright, now we have some real magic. Marienburg is on fire. What is going on in Marienburg? They under siege? Military presence -1.
Bring me to my men!
No idea what's going on over there. Alright, so Altdorf has finished construction.
Warrior of Sigmar.
I have several buildings I can build. Must decide very quickly what we're doing. So, there are a handful of buildings that all lead to faster growth, and as a result, quicker access to a tier 5 city. Let's go to this where we can look at this. So in Altdorf, there's a couple of buildings. The port actually increases growth, which is interesting. It also increases money, which is great. So it's a high priority. We already have the tier 1 port. We won't be able to do it again until tier 3, where the growth will only increase by 10, but the money increases by 200. So that's pretty good. Pottery just increases money, which can be important. Income generated is 100, and then we also increase the amount of money we get from every trade route that we have established. So that could be helpful. This building is very effective at level 1, plus 20 growth. We need to get this right away. This is just growth, this is public order, but it does unlock the Witch Hunter, which has its advantages. And then this one adds a small amount of growth at both ranks. Nothing too great, but still, it's something. This probably has the lowest value of anything that we could get. but it might not be as bad as it looks. For example, we're spending 500 for 20 growth here. This one, we're getting to plus 30 growth, but we're spending 1,000 gold to get plus 10 over this building. And so at this tier, this is actually equally effective as this, with the downside being that it takes 4 turns to build it. This only takes 2 turns to build. But in terms of growth per gold, you're getting 5 growth for 500, you're getting 10 growth for 1,000. It's basically the same amount of money. And then this building here unlocks our warrior priests, which are going to be important to our plans to accelerate our growth. So, obviously, very first thing we need to pick up is this building. That is hands down critical to our success. Now the question is, do we want to get Empire Knights? I'm not sure that I do, and I think, to be perfectly honest, what I really want to do is get this building and maybe the clay pit. But if we're going for growth, I do have the opportunity to start construction on all of the growth buildings right at the beginning. So, is that going to be worth it? Or is the economy going to be our bottleneck more than the growth? I think this first time playing through this challenge, I'm going to try to just go growth as frequently and as fast as I can, prioritizing the most cost-effective growth over anything else. So based on all of the options that I have access to this term, those are the 3 most cost-effective things I can build that all add growth or economy. So that's going to generate 250. The pottery was only going to generate about 100, but it's hard to say how much it would improve our trade routes. So I'm not sure about that one. That'll be an option for a future playthrough. Also, we basically have to set this to plus 20 growth indefinitely. There may be a fair few precious moments where we switch it to avoid things like public order problems, but for the most part, we want that set up at growth the entire time. So as you can see, we're getting 113 growth per turn, which is a fair amount, but it's not as much as we could be getting. Another thing to check. Yeah, still no access to heroes. We definitely don't need another one.
Of the faith.
Alright, is there anywhere that I need to station this guy to get some intel? I could force march him over here towards Helmgart, which we're probably going to take next. Or I could just leave him in Altdorf. I think we're fine. We're making 1,000 gold a turn. This is okay. It's going to go down significantly if I increase my army at all.
Emperor.
And there is reason to consider increasing the army. But probably as cheaply as possible. So like maybe 1 swordsman and 2 more spears. I wouldn't be completely opposed to having a couple of Free Company militia in our army, but I just had such bad luck with them last game that I don't think it makes sense. The swordsmen, for the cost and the upkeep, seem to be way more effective. The archers were not particularly effective, but I think having a couple makes sense. So maybe like 1 more swordsman and 2 more of those. Raise and sack Grumzit within 12 turns for some money. Grumzit. I want to say that's up here near Marienburg, but I'm not 100% certain. There is the option of sending our wizard to scouts. While we go down to Helmgart.
Is it time?
I need another turn of recovery. We could go to Ubersreich first. Finish recovering.
On march!
Finish off our army.
I command
2
here.
more units. And then attack Helmgart next turn. I like that plan.
Praise be to Sigmar.
What do we have? We can already upgrade this to tier 2. We should do that instantly, if available.
Summon the Elector Counts.
Alright. And then in terms of army, what do we want to recruit? If anything, I think it makes sense to just recruit more spearmen, right? None of those are available. None of those are available. I thought these were available. Oh, the money is what's unavailable. They are available, but we don't have the money to purchase them. Getting a greatsword that costs 300 per turn is probably not in the cards right now. Our income is already falling below. So yeah, let's just get a couple more spearmen and call it a day. We should check and see if any trade routes have opened
Come
up.
then. Only Sigmar's god, Ulrich.
I refuse.
Still no
The Empire.
luck with them.
I will listen, but my time...
Disagree with that? Who calls?
Greetings, my countrymen. You come in?
No. No!
Sigmar's will. Approach as
Marienburg.
friend. A fool's action.
Not interested.
So,
Greetings, my
Starly?
countrymen. You come
not likely.
Well, that's all the options that we have at the moment. Technology will be completed in 1 turn. Alright, let's see how fast we can get this done. Tithe rebates is now completed.
Bring me to my men.
Carl Franz has another point. I think public order is in pretty good state at the moment. Getting some untainted would be nice. At some point, Karl Franz is going to head out into the world and irrepressible. Casualty replenishment rate plus 30% for Lord's Army. Wound recovery time is that's pretty important. We need 1 more point to get irrepressible. Lightning Strike is also okay, but what I'm really interested in is Quartermaster. I need a way to reduce the cost of my armies. So... Quartermaster and Logistician are both really good. However, there are a couple of other really important ones that are going to make this possible. Because we're going to be running a really crappy, cheap army, since we're focusing entirely on growth buildings and not on any of the technologies, we might need to grab something like Emperor's Finest and what is it? Majestic Enforcer is pretty good. I thought there was one. Guess not. Oh, here it is. Leadership plus 5. Yeah. Bonus to Reichsguard, bonus to Great Swords, Hero Captains. So Majestic Enforcer, minus 10% upkeep. That one is a high priority as well. But yeah, grabbing Emperor's Finest might be what I want to do. The quicker I can get these, the better my units are going to perform. And we're going to be stuck with these crappy units for quite some time. Alright, so we're going to spend our next 3 points here, I think. Alright, technology. Income from settlement buildings is a possibility. I don't really think there's anything else other than this that really benefits us. Construction cost on all buildings going down 10% isn't nothing, but it's going to take 5, 12, I don't know how many turns. More turns than I have time to wait. So that makes me wonder if grabbing some of these infantry things... Oh, here we go. let's go ahead and grab this next to get the reduction in infantry cost. And then we'll level up our infantry and try to make our infantry last as long as possible. And maybe this is just a bad idea, but I think it could work.
The Empire.
Alright, we're at full strength. We should be able to attack Helmgart, no problem. We do not have siege weapons, but that shouldn't matter. We outnumber them fantastically. And I have magic.
By Sigmar's will, come in
Ooh,
peace.
this has turned to yellow.
A weak order. Indeed.
Alright, cool.
Not in
Very
my
close
name.
to getting that completed.
Yes?
Greetings on behalf of the Empire.
No. What?
Approach and make your offer. That I may...
Never! Who calls?
Approach as friend and make your offer.
Yes. By Sigmar's will, come in peace. Indeed.
Got military access in places we can't get to, which is whatever.
The Empire.
I don't think there's anything
Approach
left
as
with
friend
Midland.
and make...
All right.
Marienburg's not...
Welcome, my
Ooh,
countrymen.
Wait. Yes!
All right.
Okay, so those early payments may be paying off for us.
Yes?
I will listen, but my time is short.
I'll ignore that.
Still not there with him yet. Lucinland already has a trade agreement with
So-
us.
By Sigmar's will.
As does Talabaclan. So Sterling's like the last holdout. Well, I guess Ostermarken. These guys are kind of holding out on us too. We're really close to getting this. That'll give us a nice little chunk of change. Trade routes are up to 300 now. We do not have the money to build anything.
Now.
But we can fight. Now, I do have one thought. And that is, do I want to bring this hero into the fight just to get him some experience, even if he doesn't really do anything? He's not going to have an army with him or anything. I think the answer to that is no. He's mainly here for public order, which, by the way,
Awaiting orders.
is at plus 12 now. So we're trending in the right direction. Once Franz leaves this territory, it will go down significantly because he is adding military presence and bonuses for his weapon, I believe.
What?
But
Ulrich's will.
alright, what are we dealing with here? They have a mortar. They have a bunch of archers. And an Empire Captain and great swords. Alright. So I guess the question is... Yeah, we have to do this because we got to get rid of the secessionists. I can use my magic to deal with a lot of it. So we're going to fight the battle manually. And I don't really mind taking losses here, especially if the losses are spearmen. The only units that I don't want to lose here, obviously, are the ones that I can't replace. So the Reichsguard, the crossbow, and the pistol, we want to minimize the damage to those units. Oh yes, and the halberds. We're definitely going to gamble. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so the last time I did this, I just sent everybody up this wall. It was not super effective, but we did win.
Ready for war!
So let's just... see if we just run up this wall with all of those guys. Let's see. Bring our swordsman in last.
The Empire endures! For Heldenhammer!
Alright, let's see if we can't just bum rush
We
him.
are Sigmar's heirs! At speed! Get up there! Climbing the wall, sir! Climb! Climb! Get up there! Get up there! Get up there! Get up there! Conditions acceptable!
Get our archers
Charge!
on that.
Taking aim! Yes, sir!
Sure. Run. You guys should be running. I don't know why people are walking.
Take aim! My subjects call!
Let's go ahead and get some spells. So we can do Burning Head. Don't really want to use this on Spearmen. Where are those great swords at? They are up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it right like that. Can I not do this on the walls? Huh. Interesting. So I can't use this on the walls. Are there any units on the ground? There does not appear to be any units on the ground. At least that I can see other than their captain. Well, that's frustrating. Where are these units at? What are they doing way over there? Jeez. Yeah, get away from the fucking towers. What the hell?
Ready for war! Yes! What? Heading out! We are ready! Get up there! Fly!
By Karl Maras!
Swordsman! Missiles ready!
By Ulrich's Wrath! On our way!
Finding range, sir!
Where's Carl Franz?
Don't give them an inch! Battle awaits! For the Empire! Ulrich's wrath on them!
Need to get up there.
Our weapons are yours! The Empire endures! Taking aim! Fight for France! Spearmen! For France! For the Warhammer!
Alright.
Handgunners! Get up there!
Swordsmen! Missiles will fly! Move out! Yes, sir! For the Emperor!
Alright, is Franz up there yet?
Get them! Summon fire!
Alright, let's pause and see. Can I do a burning head yet? Let's get around the backside here. I guess let's just start throwing fireballs at that guy. Let's get these guys over here. And these guys over there.
Race for impact! By Ulrich's wrath! The Heldenhammer! Battle and blood await!
Spearman!
To me, men! For the Empire! For Heldenhammer! Spearmen!
Alright, Franz should be able to hit these guys, no problem.
Our weapons are yours!
Swordsmen!
Get these guys on the ground.
Call front!
Use these guys for retreating.
War!
Ready for war!
Alright, hold on. Pause. I see a target. For a burning head, finally. There we go. Ah, yes, that'll take care of those.
Seething
Have another burning head available in 7 seconds.
I will not stand idle! Shields up! Swordsman! For Altdorf! Detachments move! Yes, sir! Swordsman! We obey! Move out!
Yeah, this is going to be a victory, although a little bit of an ugly one. Especially with my knights. Freaking dumbasses.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
What do we got here?
The winds glow hot!
Alright, just get out of the way.
Form a ring of steel!
Oh, there we go. Game over for you, secessionists. That'll teach you. Quite a few losses, but again, we'll recover before we get in a big fight, I believe. And even if we don't, I can merge a lot of these units and replace them with higher quality units because of how many levels we now get on them. And actually, overall, the damage wasn't too bad, although this really pisses me off. I must not have put them in the back like I thought. Alright, we're gonna occupy... I could loot and occupy. And that actually might not be the worst thing ever. Because the worst thing that could happen is we could get an army spawning here that we would have to fight, which would actually be beneficial for us. But now we're going to get more money and more replenishments. Let's do it.
Bring me to my men.
Our faction is destroyed. Our wizard has leveled up, which is important. What do I want to do? I think maybe just get more fireball or more burning head. One of those two spells for sure. Cooldown minus 50% on fireball. Reduce the cost of the wind's magic. Miscast base chance is minus 15% for upgraded fireball. Or the second point of this. What is the difference? Just 30% reduction. We'll just go with that. That's the much better spell for a lot of things. Okay.
Is it time?
Home guard will need repaired. That will only take one turn. And we can get growth here, but... what is going on with public order? Public order is actually at 0? Interesting. Minus 23 from other. Recruitment cost and local recruitment capacity, growth, taxes, untainted, or public order. I think we'll just go with the growth here. Maybe we'll go with public order. This will allow me to leave here a little bit sooner. I don't really care how fast this levels up. I just needed to take out the secessionists. Holding it isn't really a super high priority for me. That being said, I need to get over here and find out where the orcs are. Because we're getting close to the turn where we're going to start to see the orcs pop up. Alright, construction has been completed in Altdorf.
True servant of Sigmar.
We're at 163 growth per turn. Turns until surplus point. 3. So in 3 turns, we'll have a surplus point. Which actually... will allow us to get 2 of these built. Or... jump straight to tier 3 with this. I think I want to jump straight to tier 3. So in 3 turns we can jump here, or I can build one of these and then next turn I can build one of these. I might actually be able to get enough to build one of these this turn. Let's see if anybody...
Approach us, friend, and make your offer. I will not obey.
Give me some money. Let's go with attitude. Who's our friend?
What? Come then. Only Sigmar's god, Ulrich, can judge
I
it
don't
worthy
need
or
a
no.
lot.
Absolutely not. Who calls? Approach us, friend, and make your offer. Disagree with that?
Yes. It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
Who's willing to give
I will
me a
not
little
obey.
money? Anybody?
By the comet, friendship is more valuable than gold. Or I don't agree.
Kislev. My glacial majesty Katarina bids you welcome to Kislev. Kislev.
The Empire.
Nordland's not going to give us any money.
Sigmar's will. Welcome, my countrymen. Never. All right. Approach us, friend, and make your offer. A fool's action.
Nobody likes
King
me this
Lewin
much.
Leoncoeur. I am King Leoncoeur. So, do you come to Bretonnia as friend or enemy? Clever.
Okay, cool. So we got some money from him. Which will allow us to upgrade one of these. Now, the most important one to upgrade is going to be the one that gives us the best growth building first, which I think is Uberstrike, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Uberstrike or Grunberg, because both of those still have this building available, which is plus 20 growth for a very cheap cost. So, I don't particularly think it matters which one we pick, as long as we don't pick this one, because there is not another growth building that I can immediately build. So, let's go with this first, because this is going to be a little bit more defensible, since it has this extra garrison of troops. Not that it's going to be very defensible against anything meaningful, but we'll go with that first, and then we'll get Grunberg's probably. Eilhart will be the last one we get.
Hail to Leoncoeur. How can the Empire aid you in such evil times?
I'm going to decline any alliances with the Bretonians right now. In fact, we may be fighting the Bretonians here pretty soon. Okay, this is the first one of these that has popped up. So we have a couple of options. I only have the ability to send scouts. But we are going to lose some fealty no matter what at this point. I guess that's not completely true. I could join the defense against the Beastmen by hiring mercenaries. That will cost me 1,000 prestige, but would boost fealty by +1 up to 5. If I do nothing, we'll lose 1 fealty and drop to 3. Ostermark does not have a trade agreement with us currently. They're not even friendly with us, I don't believe. They're one of the 2 holdouts, if I'm not mistaken. Ostermark and the one with the bull on it. I don't have 2,000, so I'm not willing to spend 1,000. There is a specific one that pops up from time to time where somebody wants to go to war, either with each other or with you, and you need that prestige to keep them from doing that. This just means they don't like us as much. Oh. What the? Why did we lose Imperial authority? That doesn't make sense to me. Why didn't it tell me that I would lose Imperial authority? Oh. I'm wondering if this is because Ostermark has been destroyed?
Yes?
No, they're not destroyed.
So,
But they lost their capital. So, a faction losing their capital will cause you to lose imperial authority? Let's see. Imperial province capitals raised. Yep, that's what it was. Okay, well that makes more sense now. We'll have to do something to get that back.
Now,
Alright, so probably should have done this last turn. I can merge
the
those
comet.
guys together. And I can kick this guy out.
I command here.
And we can bring somebody else in. And when we bring somebody else in, they're going to be at the same rank or better. Oh. I see. There's no local recruitment here. Let's check
Summon the Elector Counts.
public order. Public order is stabilizing. If I leave with this army, then they're definitely going to revolt.
Yes.
Public order here is still good, so I'm not super worried about it. We can keep our army here for a couple of turns if we want, but it probably makes sense to get out here and do a little fighting.
Lord of Bretonia.
Montfort does not have any defense. It is a level 1 hamlet. Let's take a look at Bretonia.
Valiant Lord.
Paravon has 3 settlements in total. They're at war with the Skull Smashers. They do not have any allies.
These lands are ours by the right granted from the Lady of the Lake. What do you want?
Right. We could declare war on them. I think I will. Since we're already here,
Attack!
this settlement does not have walls. Let's take a look at what they have for a military. They have high damage dealer, anti-infantry, armor piercing, great sword infantry. Okay. Shielded, poor leadership. Good range, expendable, poor accuracy, poor leadership. I think this is an auto-resolve. So, do we sack this and make some money? Settlement has recently been plundered. I say
I
we
am
occupy.
Prince and Emperor.
We need to occupy territory anyways. Campaign movement +6. Potion of toughness. Alright.
Bring me to my men.
Castle Bastion. Or
You dishonor me.
this territory. This territory is a castle. It also has a garrison that's moderately sized. There's very little chance that we will be able to take
What?
that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start buffing our soldiers as much as possible. And I guess I'm gonna go with Burning Head. I'm not sure what else I want. Plus 25% armor piercing, weapon damage, plus 24 melee defense. Which one of these is cheaper? That's only 4 winds of magic. That's 8. If he does get caught in combat, I can always use Cascading Fire Cloak to help him. He can also be moderately effective against armored units if he does get stuck in combat or if he needs to be helpful. So we'll probably take that at some point. Kindle Flame. What is the range on this? Ward Hex. Affects enemies in range. There's no range listed for this. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I command here.
Alright, I can make a clean 300 right now. If I break that.
Praise be to Sigmar.
Altdorf has a building that can be built. We do have enough. So actually...
Summon the Elector Counts.
I don't get the 300 till next turn, though. I need money this turn.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Disbanding him's not going to do anything. How can I make some money this turn? I have a feeling public order isn't affected at all over here. It's still at 0-0. Interesting. So if public order just doesn't really matter in this, then it always makes sense to loot and occupy. I suppose it wouldn't be 0 of 0 if unless it's just always set to 0. Yeah. It seems like no matter what I do, it always goes to 0. So this is pointless to have an effect. I guess we'll switch it to growth then. That's something I did not know about these areas. But I guess that's good to know.
Bring me to my men.
I have no movement left. I have no way of increasing money this turn other than begging allies
By
once again.
Sigmar's will, come in peace. Not in my name. Never!
Alright.
Who calls? Approach and make your offer. We cannot. The Empire. I will listen, but my time. I don't agree.
Unlikely.
Yes? Welcome, my countrymen. No, sir!
Yes. It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day, not in my name.
So, by Sigmar's will, come in peace. A weak order.
Sigmar's will. Welcome, my countrymen. Empire's blessing.
Yes!
What?
Thank you. Alright.
Servant of the
This
faith.
allows us to get this building, which will allow us to get this as quickly as we possibly can. Alright. Anything else?
I command here.
We are 1 unit short, but I don't have any money, so I guess we could go ahead and merge some of these units back together. This one and that one.
Summon the Elector Counts. I am Prince and Emperor.
Okay, and then take this one and this one and merge them together and get my tier 3 units leveled up.
Ready. So,
Alright. That's probably good enough. I don't have the money to recruit more, but all of our units are strong now, so if we did get attacked, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And is there any more diplomacy that I needed to do?
The Empire.
I don't think I talked to these guys yet.
I will listen, but my time is short.
So be
Ah,
it.
yes, fine. Good thing we came back and took a look at this.
Who calls?
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now,
A fool's action.
Yeah, Tom. Okay.
What?
I think we're good with all of them. Baston only has one settlement. He is the weakest of all
Protector of the realm.
Bretonians. He's at war with the dwarves. So we could go ahead and attack Castle Baston. But again, they're going to have a garrison, and they're probably going to have some type of an army over there. Orc boys. This settlement also has walls. Not digging all the walls, but we'll have to figure out how to deal with that at some point. Getting artillery is probably the best way to deal with it.
Bring me to my men.
Alright. One last turn, and then I think we'll end the video for today on turn 8. Ah. Recruitment cost minus 25% for all army, or war fervor, plus 5 leadership for all armies. For how long? 5 turns. I am going to be recruiting some more troops, but not right this second. Alright, we'll go ahead and take that. This objective was completed. Bonus objectives, 3 out of 5. Alright, builder, construction cost for all buildings, income from all buildings. Very nice.
Ever vigilant.
Altdorf is ready to grow again. We're up to 170 growth per turn. And I can go ahead and get Isleheart. We also have enough money to upgrade this. Which... yeah. This one is worthwhile. What does it go from? To 375? I mean, it's going to take a long time for that money to come back to us, but I think we need to go ahead and do it. Okay. So we're getting growth up significantly. We'll see if we're able to hold it. The concern that I have is we can get all of these growth buildings and get all this set up, and then one army can come in here and just knock us on our ass. Which makes me think that maybe
I command here.
we need to move Karl Franz back towards Uberstrike and leave Montfort.
The nation calls.
If we do that, then we almost certainly should demolish this. This will generate 208 income. So that should generate 500 income if we abandon it. But do we want to abandon it? Do we want to fight the orcs? I don't think I want to abandon it.
Summon the Elector Counts. On
But I
march.
do want to move to Uberstrike. Can I make it?
Onwards.
I can't make it in without force marching, but I can
see no
force
other
march.
option.
Ah, alright.
I am Franz. They will obey.
3 units. Alright, I need 4 swordsmen. Get 5 swordsmen, 5 spearmen. And 1 more archer, maybe? Or I could get 1 free company militia just so I have one to play around with. Vanguard deployment style. Quite a bit cheaper now. Alright, we'll take 1. Just because we need a little bit of variety in our life.
What orders? Protector of the weak.
Go. Construction time. Minus 25%. Plus 10% income from all buildings. Okay. If I pick up this noble lord,
Awaiting orders.
I could potentially shave a turn off of this construction. which we just started this turn. And also on this construction, which we just started this turn. And I would increase my income by a small amount of money.
Champion of the faith.
But it would be at the loss of his abilities, which again are I think I want to keep him. He's not leveling up very fast. Curious. Curious how characters get experience in this game. Clearly he's got some experience just from sitting here, but it hasn't been a lot, and he hasn't leveled up yet.
So,
Alright, well, we'll do this one
it is
more
good
time.
to see fellow sons of the Empire this
Come on.
Ignore that.
Ah. He's so close to accepting it. What if I give you a little bit of cash?
No, no!
What if I give you a little bit more cash?
I refuse.
I can't go higher than that. I would get a reward, but we should be able to do this next turn, as long as they don't lose their capital.
Yes? Surely an agreement will be reached. But
No.
what? Surely an agreement will be reached. Not likely. The Empire. Surely an agreement will be reached. A fool's action.
Okay, well... I think that's gonna do it for today. So, let me know what you think about my Altdorf challenge, and we'll see if there's anything that I could have done to do this better. We're gonna play this several times, I'm imagining, and see if any strategies stand out. If you guys who are watching have any strategies or any changes to the strategy that I'm implementing so far, please let me know. If you have completed the Altdorf challenge yourself, I would love to hear how quickly you were able to do it, and if you could post that somewhere where we could actually see it, that would be awesome. I do have a Discord. I might be putting a link to the Discord somewhere shortly so that those of you who are interested in working on this can share your experiences there and explain some of the strategies you implemented to get Altdorf to tier 5 as quickly as possible. Right now, as I pointed out, I think the goal of this Altdorf challenge, just pulling a number out of the air, is to see if we can get Altdorf to tier 5 before turn 50. So I got it to tier 4 in a previous playthrough, not particularly focusing on that objective by turn 50. Somewhere in like the 40s, I think, is when we hit tier 4. So I think it's doable. I think it's doable to get Altdorf to 5 before turn 50. That is the one and only objective that we are trying to accomplish. Everything we do is towards that end. This was just to get some money. I don't really need that anymore. I think I sort of want to head north to take on the orcs, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be coming from the north for us very soon, which is why I'm bringing Karl Franz back. We're going to end up in Eilhart very soon. We'll see if I can't negotiate a few things with some of these other folk. The Crooked Moon in particular.
Who needs killing?
They're pretty weak.
Stinking humans! Say your piece and get out!
And yeah, there's basically no chance they're going to accept any kind of a pact. But we are at war with the Skull Smashers. So they're going to be coming for us pretty soon. We got to be ready for them. A second army is not really in the cards, because we need to be building up enough income to continue to get all these buildings done in a timely fashion. So we're going to have to get by with just this one army of Karl Franz. However, it may be time to consider transitioning some of the spearmen out of the army and putting some more high quality units in the army. Swordsmen in particular are more useful than spearmen. They're shielded and they do more damage in general. However, having at least 4 good quality spearmen is going to be of use to us to cover our flanks and to take on any cavalry. So we'll still keep those. The other thing to consider is this guy. He's available in 8 turns. We have no regiments of renown ready. But in 8 turns, we'll be able to pick up those great swords if we want them. Alright. Well, we're going to end it. Yep. We're going to end it for tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow for the second installment of the Altdorf Challenge, where we'll continue this game and see how much closer we can get to getting to a tier 5 settlement as quickly as humanly possible. Until next time, this has been The Nose Plays, and you guys have a great day.